You know how it is, you really want to get that deep understanding, the key bits of info, but, well, life happens. You just don't have hours to dig through everything.
Right.
So that's what we do here. Today we're jumping into some really pretty strange and unsettling stories that you actually shared with us. Think of this as your fast track to figuring out what makes these particular experiences feel so off.
Exactly. And you sent over 3 really distinct accounts. Each one takes a situation that, should feel totally normal, familiar even, and just twists it.
Yeah.
We've got a childhood game at a vacation house that went sideways with a neighbor, a ski trip with friends that took a really dangerous turn, and then this just bizarre scene on a frozen lake.
Okay.
So our mission really is to unpack these, pull out the crucial moments, and get to the heart of that unease that runs through all of them. This is your deep dive into the questions they raise.
Okay, let's do it. First one, the blizzard game. This goes way back to childhood. Your family's place in Colorado.
Right, the ski house. 40 years in the family. Sounds idyllic.
Totally. And this story is from, about 15 years ago. You were 8, your brother Josh was 11, and it wasn't just snowing, it was a serious blizzard.
Yeah, that blizzard detail is important, I think. It creates this immediate sense of isolation, makes everything feel more intense.
Definitely. You mentioned the woods around the house, the dead-end road, these other big properties that were mostly empty. Sounds like, perfect kid adventure territory.
It does. And the game they were playing, this whole snowball fight thing with forts and a jewel snowball, very creative, very kid-like.
But here's where it starts to feel a bit strange. Josh decides to set up his fort over at the neighbor's property.
The one that was almost always vacant.
Exactly. You said nobody was ever really there. It was like an extension of your own yard, basically. And maybe that's a key thing here, how quickly that feeling of safety can just evaporate.
That vacant house detail is crucial. It sets an expectation, right?
Yeah.
Normalcy, and then boom, it's broken.
Yeah.
That's often where that real unsettling feeling kicks in.
Yeah. And you waited for Josh's whistle to start. For over 5 minutes, close to 10 actually, before deciding to go look.
That delay builds a little tension right there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what's keeping him.
It really did. So you decide to go, but you'd stick to the road. Smart move, probably. 8 years old, blizzard, woods, no thanks.
That's sensible.
As you get near the neighbor's house, you see the fort Josh built, but no Josh.
Okay.
So you cut through some trees, trying to be sneaky, and then you hear it, a woman's voice.
And that's the shift right there. Someone's home when they shouldn't be, or usually aren't. The whole mood changes instantly.
Yeah. And she asks, "Are you looking for your brother?" Which sounds normal, but given everything.
Given the context, yeah. Suddenly an innocent question feels loaded. It makes you think, hang on, how does she know about my brother? What's actually going on?
And then the details just pile up. The upstairs window, someone looking out, looked like Josh, but half their face was hidden.
Ooh, creepy.
And 2 sets of footprints going to the door, but then turning back around.
Doubled back. Okay, that's weird. Suggests hesitation, or maybe someone else was involved.
Right. And her smile, you called it a very creepy smile. Said your stomach just dropped. Those little sensory things, they stick with you.
They absolutely do. That partially hidden face, is it him? Is it someone else? It creates uncertainty, unease, and those footprints. Why go to the door and turn back? Adds to the mystery. And a smile a kid reads as creepy. That's a powerful mismatch. Instinct kicking in.
Definitely. Then she waves you inside, "Get out of the cold!" And
Yep.
your reaction is just instant screaming, "Josh!"
Primal scream.
And her smile just vanishes, like flipping a switch.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
That's telling. Your reaction clearly disrupted something.
And then you hear heavy footsteps inside, like someone coming downstairs fast. That's when you just bolted.
Pure fight or flight. The weird visuals, the strange interaction, the sudden sound inside. Yeah, time to go. The smile disappearing seals it. Whatever her intention was, it wasn't purely friendly.
You ran back, thankfully heard your dad whistling talk about timing.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And you found him and Josh already heading out to find you. And here's the kicker. Josh had a similar thing happen.
No way.
Yeah, he said people in that house told him to come inside too.
Okay, so it wasn't just your imagination. That confirmation is huge. Something genuinely weird, maybe dangerous, was happening there.
And your dad's reaction, grabbing a weapon and going down there himself?
That says everything about how serious they took it. Protective instinct, full force.
Then they call the neighbor who actually knows the owners.
The reveal.
And find out. Nobody was supposed to be there that weekend.
Okay, that changes everything. That rules out any simple explanation. Now it's alarming.
Totally. Who were they? Why were they there? Why try to get the kids inside? It's chilling.
And the back door being unlocked, maybe how they got in, and maybe how they left quick.
Could be. The police came, investigated, didn't find anything specific, but yeah, your parents took valuables home, just in case, and you guys understandably avoided that place afterwards. Shakes that core sense of safety, doesn't it?
Completely. You expect your vacation spot, your neighborhood, to be safe, when it's not. Yeah. Okay, let's jump forward quite a bit, actually. 20 years or so. Second story. The Vermont ski trip.
Right. Different stage of life. You're 21, college senior, skiing in Vermont with friends. Jaden, Ryland, Amir.
Sounds like a good time. You mentioned maybe Killington. Big place.
Yeah, seems plausible. So first couple of days are normal, right? Skiing, having fun, maybe pushing the boundaries a little.
Maybe involving some fireball shooters, as you put it, to enhance the experience.
Yeah. Yes, the spirit of youth. But you guys knew the slopes, felt confident.
Until this encounter, top of the lift, two girls approach. Taylor and Devin. Gorgeous, you noted. Objectively speaking, of course.
Of course. And no helmets, which maybe stood out a little.
Yeah. And their reason for talking to you, they were bored with the older crowd.
Okay, plausible enough opening line. Seems harmless at first. Maybe even a bit flattering for the guys.
But then Devin starts asking these really specific questions about Amir and Ryland's skis. The expensive ones. Contrasted with you and Jaden renting. That's interesting. A subtle sizing up, perhaps.
Feels a bit like it in hindsight. And Taylor pipes up about the fireball like, oh, you guys drink too.
Lowering the guard, maybe. Finding common ground.
Then Devin pulls out this unmarked bottle, taunts you a bit about your tame fireball.
Uh-oh. The infamous unmarked battle.
Right. Ryland apparently dives right in, maybe a bit too much. And you felt it then, that unease. Made a note not to overdo it.
Smart move, but the really unsettling part you realized later.
They weren't drinking it themselves, neither of them.
Big red flag. Why offer something, push something even, that you're not having yourself? That's classic alarm bell territory.
Seriously. Then they dangle this bait, the Devil's Forest. This super obscure, rarely open glade trail.
Ooh, tempting. Especially if you guys like glades. Hits your interest perfectly.
Exactly. And your usual walking GPS friend Chase wasn't there, so you're relying totally on these new girls.
Feels very calculated, doesn't it? Appealing to your specific hobby. Playing on the exclusivity, the adventure. And you're vulnerable without your expert guide.
They lead you off to this kind of desolate area. You actually have to take your skis off and walk uphill.
Wait, walk uphill to ski down? In a resort?
Yeah, Jaden picked up on that straight away, said it felt weird.
Doesn't make any sense logically. His instincts were firing.
Totally. He was skeptical about a trail you couldn't get to by lift. You both agreed, okay, let's be vigilant. But you still went. That pull of adventure versus the gut feeling.
It's a tough conflict. You want to believe it's cool, but something feels off. Acknowledging the need for vigilance shows the doubt was definitely there.
Then Devin really starts pushing Jaden to drink more from her bottle.
Even after he hesitated.
Yeah, and you saw this quick flash of anger on her face when he resisted. Just for a second.
Whoa. Okay, that's not good. Frustration that the plan isn't working perfectly.
That's when you decided, nope, I'm just gonna pretend to drink.
Good call. Your suspicion level clearly went way up.
Then suddenly they're like, oh, we have plenty of time. Lifts connect down there. Let's go. And they just took off. Told you to follow. Felt super rushed.
Yeah. Rush you, keep you off balance, no time to second guess. Calculated move to maintain control.
So you ski down this slope, get to the bottom, and guess what?
Let me guess. No lift.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Just woods, dense forest all around. The girls brush it off like, oh, it's fine. But then Ryland just collapses.
Oh, God.
Then Amir. Then Jaden. One after the other.
Oh, no. So fast.
The girls did this little shocked act for maybe 2 seconds, then it dropped.
The mask came off.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. The realization that you're trapped, your friends are incapacitated. Horrible.
You were still conscious, though, thank God. Probably didn't drink enough of whatever it was.
Absolutely crucial that you were still aware.
You demanded, what did you give them? And they just stopped pretending it. Then they grab Amir and Ryland's expensive skis.
The ones they asked about earlier.
Yep, and just start walking off into the woods with them.
Wow. Just brazen. Unbelievable.
Your sobriety there was key. You saw it all. But like you said, it feels like a lot of effort. Drugging people, leading them way out there, just for skis.
It does seem disproportionate, doesn't it? It raises questions about whether that was the only motive or if something else was planned.
You managed to get yourself together, stumbled after them. You were amazed how far they'd gotten, carrying skis and all.
Adrenaline, maybe? Or just determined?
Then the trees open up onto a road, and there's a van waiting.
Oh, man.
Accomplices.
Four epic-looking dudes get out, they talk to the girls, and one of them points right at you.
You were seen, witness. That escalates the danger massively.
Yeah. You felt, as you put it, incredibly foolish for having left your friends, but you knew you had to get back.
Absolutely the right call. Retreat. This wasn't just robbery anymore. It was clearly a pre-planned operation. Van waiting, backup, much more organized.
You ran back, managed to wake Jaden up somehow, then that awful wait for the others to come around.
Plus, it felt like forever. And just the questions afterwards. Who were they? What was the real plan? Robbery felt insufficient for all that risk.
Exactly. The drugging, the isolation, the coordinated pickup.
Yeah.
It suggests something more sinister, potentially.
And reporting it was a nightmare. Ski resort promises an investigation? Nothing. Police investigate? Nothing. Local news covers it briefly? Nothing.
That lack of closure is awful.
And you still have no idea what was in that bottle. That unknown. It's deeply unsettling, leaves you feeling violated, vulnerable.
It really does. Shows how quickly a fun social situation can flip into something genuinely frightening and how few answers you might get afterwards.
Okay, third story. Totally different feel again. The frozen lake.
Right, this one's more recent, just last winter. A yearly tradition with friends Kyle and Ricky.
Walking out on a frozen lake, you mentioned that peaceful, kind of otherworldly vibe.
And you were clear, this isn't a falling through the ice story, thank goodness.
No, it was snowing hard that night, freezing temps for weeks, full moon, creating this weird perpetual twilight. Sounds amazing, actually.
It does sound like a unique atmosphere. That kind of setting really heightens your senses, makes everything feel a bit surreal even before anything happens.
You guys parked, walked out after midnight, nobody else around, total isolation.
Standard procedure for this tradition, sounds like.
Kyle does the safety check, throws a boulder on the ice, solid. So you walk out, maybe 100 feet or so.
Okay, feeling safe on the ice.
That's when you see it. Far side of the lake, near the trees, a large, dark figure hunched over, moving slowly towards the lake.
Ooh, okay. Instant change of mood.
Ricky whispers, "Is that a bear?" Heart starts pounding. Everyone just freezes, trying to figure it out.
Natural reaction. Bear is a plausible, if worrying, explanation in that setting. That sudden switch from peace to potential danger. Intense.
But the way it moved, you said too upright, too human, and it was dragging something behind it.
Oh, not a bear then.
Then it straightens up,
Yeah.
and you see it. It's a person wearing a bear suit.
A bear suit? What?
Yeah. Kyle apparently just muttered, "What the hell?" Which, yeah. You said it doesn't sound that scary describing it, but being there, terrifying.
I can imagine. It's the sheer bizarreness. It
Yeah.
shifts from potential natural danger to something completely unnatural, inexplicable. Why? Why a bear suit out here, middle of the night? So many weird possibilities flood your mind, violates all expectations.
And they're dragging this small black bag, like a little garbage bag maybe, on a rope.
Okay, dragging a bag adds another layer of weirdness. Possibly sinister weirdness.
Then the person kneels down and starts slamming a rock or something heavy onto the ice, over and over.
Trying to break through.
Seems like it. You said you could actually feel the vibration through the ice.
Whoa. That makes it very real, very immediate.
That's when Ricky and Kyle just start backing away. Silently, you follow quick and quiet as possible. Just get away from the creepy bear suit person smashing the ice.
Smart move. The whole scene, bear suit, bag, smashing the ice, middle of the night, screams wrong. Hard not to imagine they're trying to dispose of something. Retreat is the only sensible option.
You guys just about reach the edge of the lake, back on solid ground, and suddenly a voice yells, "Hey!" from behind you.
Oh crap, they saw you.
You didn't even look back, just ran. Instinct. Thinking, what if they have a gun? You got winded fast, but made it to the car.
Pure panic, don't look, just run. Understandable.
Jumped in, drove off immediately, and the car ride home, trying to make sense of it, dumping trash, or something much worse. Couldn't agree.
That debate highlights the ambiguity, right? Was it mundane littering in a bizarre costume, or evidence of a serious crime? You just don't know.
Yeah.
And that uncertainty is deeply unsettling.
And now this thing that's been nagging at you, you saw a local news report recently, missing person, child, from that area.
Oh wow.
And the timeline potentially matches up with when you were at the lake. You know it's probably a coincidence, but
But you can't shake it. That connection, however unlikely, makes the whole bizarre encounter feel even darker, potentially tragic.
exactly. And you mentioned that by the time we're talking about this, you've likely reported the sighting to the police.
Which is absolutely the right thing to do. Even if it's nothing, that kind of strange, potentially sinister behavior needs reporting, especially with that possible horrible connection lingering.
So yeah, 3 really different stories, but looking back, you can definitely see some common threads, can't you?
Oh, absolutely. That shift is key in all of them, from normal, even mundane, to suddenly strange and deeply unfamiliar.
Yeah, the childhood game turning into this possible encounter with intruders.
The friendly ski chat becoming this calculated drugging and robbery, or maybe more.
And the peaceful lake walk interrupted by, well, whatever that was, bizarre ritual, disposal, we don't know.
And that's the other big thread, the unanswered questions. They just hang there in each story. Who are the people in the house? What do they really want?
Who are the ski trip girls and those guys in the van? What was their actual end game?
And the bear suit person. What were they doing? Why the suit? What was in the bag? That lack of explanation is a huge part of what makes these so unsettling. It sticks with you.
Right. These nuggets of knowledge we talk about, they're more than just weird stories. They're glimpses into those cracks in reality, you know? When the expected breaks down and you're faced with something inexplicable, maybe dangerous, makes you reconsider your own sense of safety, even in familiar spots.
It really does.
Yeah.
And maybe that brings up a final thought, something to mull over. What is it that really makes something unsettling? Is it the obvious danger you can see and name?
Or is it the ambiguity? The thing you can't explain, the unknown motive behind it all.
Exactly. Think about these stories, your own feelings about safety, about the unexpected. Sometimes the things that unsettle us most are the ones that just don't make any sense at all.